Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your morning Gwent. Today we're going to be playing a Nilfgaard John Calvia deck titled lovingly, I Got Soul. This is a deck I just created. I have no idea if it's going to be viable or even halfway decent. It's something I've been trying to make work for a little while, ever since the patch, really. I never ever see Nilfgaardian Standard Bearer in, well, casual ranked in anything. So we're going to try to make it work. Whenever you play a soldier from your hand, boost an ally by 2. Same thing for deploy. So we got 3 of these guys, and pretty much everybody that we run is a soldier. There's some other stuff going on with this deck, though. First and foremost, we got Alba Pikeman, pretty much just for the thinning. The subsequent summon abilities from these guys does not proc the Standard Bearer, which is unfortunate, but that's the cost of doing business. We're running 3 Black Infantry Arbalists, another card I never see. They are soldiers. They have a strong deploy ability, which makes them an 11-point play, and you can knock off some pretty key targets with these guys. And we're running a few officers. We'll get to that, though. Running a single Nausicaa Standard Bearer. There's a lot of weather right now. It might be smart of me to run 2 of these guys and 2 Arbalists instead, but we'll see how it goes. We'll get to the Magni Division in a minute. We're running 1 single Nilfgaardian Knight, largely because A, it's a soldier, and it's good value and tempo and all that jazz, but we want to use Leo Bonhart. He's a soldier. He can reveal the Nilfgaardian Knight and become a 17-point play. Actually, a 19 or more point play if these guys are out, so that's huge tempo. We are running Rainfarn specifically because A, he's an officer, but B, the late game Rainfarn into Joachim de Witt combo is just so strong, and they probably are not going to expect that in a non-spy deck. We're running Peter Sargwin Levy, just that reset, it's too good. We're running Roach for some thinning, some extra tempo. We're running Kyer because doing John Calvia's ability twice is pretty sweet. Now here's where things get a little weird. Actually, not quite yet. We're also running 1 Vicovero Medic. Graveyard Hate is good, can make some cool plays. We're running Ox for the locks. Now here is where things get interesting, I think. We're going to run the Guardian. It creates 2 Lesser Guardians on the top of my opponent's deck when it dies. Lesser Guardians are 6 strength melee units. We're running Magni Division, so the idea is to win the first round if we can. Play the Guardian and dry pass round 2, and then round 3 they've got 2 6-strength melee units to draw. So the mulligan is going to be pretty much impossible. That's what's going to be in their deck. In the third round, we're going to want to play our Magni Divisions. We've got 3 of them here. We might not get all of them in the last round, but they're great for thinning. And what they're going to do is allow us to draw a card and make copies in the opponent's hand of the 6-strength construct, or the 6-strength Lesser Guardian. So that's a +1 value, because it's 7 to the 6. We get a card, and then we are running Lambert. Lambert, what an interesting card. I never ever see Lambert. Is he useful in this particular combo? Hell yeah. What he does is damage an enemy by 5, and then damage up to 4 copies of it on its side by 4. So ideally, we're going to be making a ton of little Lesser Guardians and then just smacking them all down with Lambert. Even if this combo does not happen, Lambert's a strong card. At a minimum, he's a 12-point value, but he's probably going to be a good bit higher than that. A lot of decks like Hensel, Dagon, all the popular ones right now, they like row stacking, they like chucking out a lot of the same units. It's just how it goes. Lambert's good value. I think people are sleeping on Lambert. I think he's a great dude. Beyond that, we're also running Summoning Circle because I think it's a fun card. Occasionally, you can get super good Summoning Circles like with Spies, extra Magni Divisions, lots of cool stuff. I mostly just like chucking it in there. It's a little silly. It's a little fun. I like it. Are we going to go 3-0? I don't know. That's the dream. Let's give it a go. Take a sip of the coffee while it loads. Opponent found. Hopefully your morning is going well. I know mine is. We're up against a King Bran. That is interesting. Probably a Queensguard control deck. I believe that's becoming a little popular these days. We got the standard bearer here. We got both standard bearers. I think I will keep this just in case we get bamboozled like we did on the past video with the crack that was running Axemen. Maybe it's a bit of a lark and maybe it's a mistake, but I'm going to give it a go. So we got all of our golds, which is good, but we don't have the Guardian, which is not so good. But we do have Kyre and John Calviet. So you know what? We're going to go with this. We're going to go with this. I'm totally fine with having Rainfarn out early with that Joaquin DeWitt combo. It really just depends on the deck. It's a bit of a reactive deck. It's got a play to set up for the win. It's going to be kind of weird to pilot. We're learning together here, folks.
Stars are all the trophies I need.
Clan Torshek Veteran. That's interesting. I was trying to make a deck with those boys as well. Skellige and I don't get along so well. I've just got no real experience with them. I like what they do. I think they're a strong, solid faction. I need to mess around more with it, though. Like, I like what these guys do. They make Berna Brand stronger, and I think Berna Brand is a hell of a good card by herself, so there's something there, I think. There's something there. Let's read the description. In my days, I've seen wonders no man's ever dreamt of and done things no man ever should do. Dark. Scowl!
Board just stands in here.
Wait. What?
Yes.
I'm a little confused. So he played Skjall. Skjall plays a random bronze or silver cursed unit. So how did he get a Clan on Crate warrior out of that? I'm a little confused on that one. Oh, I'm an idiot. He played Udalryk. Udalryk is cursed. I forgot about that. Totally forgot about that. If we had Summoning Circle, you bet your butt we'd be chucking Udalryk back at him, but we don't, and that's fine. So we're going to chuck out our Nilfgaardian Standard Bearer. You shall defend this standard if it costs you your lives. Glory on Ard Fien. I'm sure that was butchered, but that's okay. Interesting deck so far. Skjall, veterans, not common stuff. I like meeting other kind of funky decks in ranked. Evens the playing field a little bit. Alright, this is the big tell. Is he running Queensguard? He'll chuck him out. If he's not, we'll see probably some more Raiders out there. Might see a Morkvarg and or an Olgierd, a Saris.
Board just stands in here.
Okay, so he's rocking the Raiders. And the Skirmishers, they get buffed up from the Veterans, so that might be a very, very powerful play. That's cool. That's interesting. I like that. So I think for now, he's not going to have any huge targets that we need to just get rid of. So why don't we hit Skjall here and buff ourselves up by 2. Big play. We might be able to pass next round depending on what he plays. He may pass here. That would not be a bad call. We're pretty far ahead of him. We're up by nearly 20 points. We're up by 17 points. So that's pretty good. He's going to keep going. Maybe he's got a nice Skellige. Ooh, he's got Gigny. Should not have buffed this row up at all. Good play by him. Good play by him. So Lambert, right now, would not be a bad play. He'd be a 7. He'd be a 12, 16. He'd be a 20-point play. That can't be right. Would he be a 20-point play? He would be. I'm going to play John. I'm going to play John Calviet here. Alright. We don't want Roach. We don't really want Ox here either. Because what's Ox going to do for us? Nothing. Let's play this. And we're going to hit Gigny just to keep that Lambert play open. If he has another big play, that might be what we need just to kind of regain some lost tempo. And you know what? I think that is what we do here. Also, we get Roach out of there, so we know we're not going to draw Roach. That was a big factor. Yeah, there you go. He passed. Lambert with Roach is such good tempo when it can actually hit a couple units anyhow. Eskel gets run all the darn time. Geralt gets run in some reveal lists. Ves gets run in a few things. Vesemir, that is, not just Ves. So it's good to let Lambert get some spotlight. So winning round 1, that's perfect. That's 10 out of 10. That's what we want. He didn't play any weather, so I feel very comfortable getting rid of that standard bearer. We got a knight, which is fantastic. Perfect target for Leo, but probably not this turn. All right. So it's our turn first. We're going to just chuck out the Guardian, and that's pretty much it, really. It's 11 points. It's a strong play. He can overcome it pretty easily, but he's not going to do that unless he's got some things that play when they discard, but I think that's unique to the Raiders. Maybe to Morkvarg as well, but Morkvarg would not even tie it. No, Morkvarg would tie it because he'd come out as a 9, but technically he'd be discarded, so he'd come back as a 4? Is that correct? I think he'd come back as a 4. So this is fine. We just pass here. He'll get some boys that he does not want. What did he discard? More skirmishers. He's going to be summoning some real strong fellows in the end here. He's probably going to bring another skirmisher out just so it goes back to the graveyard. Yeah, he's going to have a really cool round 3. I like his deck a lot. Maybe I'll mess around with that idea in the future. Alright, so his draw is going to be garbage. He's going to have a Lesser Guardian, and we're going to be able to do some Magni shenanigans. We still don't really want this standard bearer. We're going to get rid of it. If he pops out a Ragnarok or something, we're going to sincerely regret that, but I doubt it. I really do doubt it. So he's going to go first. He's probably going to start just reviving his boys. Ooh, Avalok. Huh. Avalok is a great counter to what I was gonna do. That makes things interesting, doesn't it? Alright, we're gonna go for it still. Whatever this is, it's not a veteran. Because there's 3 in there, and it's not a skirmisher. Oh, it could be a skirmisher. But that's fine, because it makes a base copy. Right? Yeah. And we already used Lambert earlier. I don't regret using Lambert, but I wish I had another Lambert. Let's see how this goes. I'm excited. Renew. I never see that card ran either, to be honest. Probably going to renew one of the skirmishers again. Yeah. Excuse me? Renew. Return a bronze, blah, 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 from your graveyard to your hand. Strengthen it by 2, then play. Oh! It works kind of like Emmer, but from the graveyard. That's different. It used to be just a straight revive. Very cool. Alright. Alright, there's the Guardian. It is possible that the Guardian is still at the top of his deck, because he did mulligan 1 back in there. I wouldn't bet my life on it, but we'll find out eventually if he plays more than 2 Guardians. It seems likely that that's what's going on. Now we have an amazing opportunity, and we cannot squander it, honestly. We could hold out and wait for him to get even buffer, but let's just take this 20-point skirmisher. Make him a 23. He already used Gigny. I feel great about stealing that. Really, really good. Now, what is a boy to do? I think a boy uses Rainfart. He plays Joaquin, thins that deck, and we get another Magni Division. A very strong Magni Division. And we get our final standard bearer, so we'll play him ASAP. We got some soldiers in here still. And with Kyre, of course, we can play our final card, which might be another standard bearer? Or did we play one in the earlier game? We did play one in the earlier game. That's fine. That is no problem. Alright, chuck him down there. We're gonna boost our lowest units pretty much all the time, but we're going to keep it staggered just in case he's got a Scorch. I can't imagine that he does, given that he's running some hyper-powered units with the skirmishers, but we'll find out.
And then some.
Svanrega is Torshek. That's interesting. So I think here, Kaiher is an officer, so is Peter. So let's go ahead and... There's a good order of operations here, I'm sure. And I'm just not 100% sure of it. I think you do just check out Kaiher. You get that last card. See what it is. It's Summoning Circle. Right. That makes sense.
Mayhap you'll gawk at Zeracanius.
Well, it gives me 1 extra. I'm fine with that. Gwent tracker is not up for me right now. That's my own fault for A, not updating it or figuring out what's going on with it, and B, I should have just known I didn't play Summoning Circle. I like that card. It's a good one. If anybody knows that he's got Summoning Circle in his deck, it's me, dude. Alright, just go ahead. We'll kill Joachim there. There's no real rhyme or reason as to why. But I doubt he's got the war criers for wounding and whatnot. So I'm not super concerned with that. He locked my boy, so I'm gonna go ahead and return the favor by unlocking him and honestly just locking this guy. So he, even though it doesn't reflect it on the card, he's no longer a soldier or a Torshek. That's just how it goes.
Won't pay us in gold, pay us in blood.
Was I making copies of the officer? That is interesting. If so. My favorite voice line in the whole game. So good. Yeah, there you go. So we're up to 122 strength. This is a crazy round 3 because he's right there behind us. I must have been making copies of the Guardian and the Pirate Captain. Very interesting. So we're gonna go ahead and chuck Leo Bonhart down here. There you go. And we're not gonna select this guy because we don't want him to die and come back. Not that he's gonna die from that, but okay. There's the forfeit. That was a very cool match. Climbing back up a little bit there. Get those daily rewards, even though the visual is super bugged. Good game. Good game. That was fun. I really liked that guy's deck. I might play around with something like that. One of the biggest factors there was stealing that 20-point skirmisher. That was so good. That's why you include Vicar of Aromatic at least once, right? It can be a double-edged sword. You can have no good target for it. You can pull it at an inopportune time with like Rainfire and Joachim, something like that. But as long as you're aware of those possibilities, it's a good card. It does a lot for you. All right. Francesca. Interesting. I have not fought a Francesca pretty much since Mulligan got nerfed. We're fighting some cool decks today. It could just be straight up regular old Mulligan. Just in the nerfed form, which would be fine. I like our hand a lot. I doubt she's running weather, but let's not chance it. Weather frightens me, okay? Alright, chuck him down. He's higher tempo than the War Dancer for Sweeten. So far, it does seem like this fellow is running Mulligan. That's a Morin. Interesting. It doesn't stop me, but interesting to play it when he knew the Pikeman was coming out. If Morin popped before armor was deployed, he would kill it, but that's not how Morin works. So here we are. Should that be how Morin works? I don't know. That's a controversial topic for some. I personally think it would make sense if she pops before armor is deployed, because, you know, she's ambushing them. You don't really have time to raise your defenses and whatnot. So I think that does make sense, but, you know, I'm not the balance team, man. Morn's a good card either way. She's always good value, unless she doesn't get bopped. Then she is the world's worst value. Alright. It is a bit of an overkill, but I definitely do want to do this and get that guy or that gal out of there. The commandos, if this player does have either Sheldon Skaggs or Zoltan Shive, they get a lot of value. Alright, so he mulliganed away one of the Dragoons. So we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing. Now if only one kind of gets moved around, that's not the end of the world by any stretch. Should have did that in the opposite order so that these guys didn't get potentially scorched or something, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue here. If they're running Igni or Scorch, they're still higher than I am with Saskia, especially out, so not concerned. So Saskia still works the same way. Mulligan 2 cards, but choose any bronze from your deck to replace them. Yeah. So he's probably bringing out some more officers and perhaps some more dragoons as well. That's fine and dandy. I think we're going to go ahead and play Kyre, get that roach out of our deck, just to improve our draw for the next turn. Summoning Circle. That would spawn roach. We don't want to do that. So play an early Magni Division. It's not ideal, but that way we can mulligan Joachim away next round and definitely not have him in our hand. That was a really, really rough Kyre. That was not what you want from that. But, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. That is how it goes. I think you play the standard bearer. And you buff up these boys here. We're not in a great position right now. We're really not. We may chuck the Guardian out early, but I don't want to. The fact that he's playing Mulligan means our kind of bread and butter strat here is mostly worthless, really. Which is rough, I tell ya. Let's do it. Yeah, he could have Kieran or Siren, but alright, so that's true VL. 110%. That's true VL. Summoning Circle would not be a bad play here, because either I get Teruviel or I get another Guardian to mess him up further. Let's see what Summoning Circle... It is Teruviel. That is fantastic. So you send out a thanks. Thanks, my friend there. Maybe that's a little bit bad-mannered, but I think that's funny. I think that's a little funny. Summoning Circle is a weird card. And his Teruviel should not be buffed up at all. Just hasn't been in his hand because Isengrim played it, so it will be a standard, what, 12 value? 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah. Wait, that's not right. 10, 12, yeah, 14 value, excusez-moi. So since the Guardian is not going to be hugely helpful, we might want to pop Lambert. It's good value again. Yeah, why don't we? Why don't we? Are we going to win this round? Honestly, probably not. He's got more tools at his disposal. He or she.
We do what must be done.
Francesca's just a strong leader there. Yeah, we're very much in a rough spot. Just having a heck of a choice here. Yeah, so we're straight up behind here. If we play Joachim, we get a Magni Division. But then Rain Farm becomes a dead card. Is it a darn shame? Absolutely. But I think we give him the round. We're not at a card disadvantage, but we're not in a great position moving forward here.
I like the way you die, human.
All right. So we're gonna mulligan away Joachim, guaranteed. There's no better target, for better or for worse here. All right, get out of here. Vicovero is interesting. Probably will be our play. Probably will be our play. Yeah. So we'll go ahead. We'll do that. Doesn't really matter what we grab. But we might as well just grab this. So we're going into the last round. We're gonna have to go first. We're at a card disadvantage. It's a rough spot. It's not looking good. But we are gonna have a strong play from Rainfarn. Joachim. Will it be enough? We'll find out. Arbalist is good. I would love to honestly mulligan the Arbalist, but we can't afford to. We really can't afford to. So we're going to go ahead and play this guy first. Then we're probably going to play the infantry, depending on what he plays. Because he gets the buff from Rainfarn. It's only a 2-point buff, but we might as well get it if he's got a unit to hit. And he does. So that's fine. So you do that, pop him down to 3, pop him up to 7. Or to 8, rather. Math is tough.
Your tricks will not save you.
Alright, so there's the Vanguard. Now we chuck out Joachim. We'll roast stack, bothers me not. Ooh, we get a 20-point Nilfgaardian Knight. That's pretty good. I really hope that if this card gets looked at, it is changed from played from your hand to just appears on the board, or appears on your side of the board, or anything like that, really. It would make it maybe too strong. That sucks. That sucks so much. Oh, good for him though. Good for him having that. Got Ox. Ox is not bad. Oh, what a rough Gigny though. So there's really no good lock choices, so we'll just go ahead and lock those. 23 to 34. He's got 2 cards left. One is probably a lesser guard. He's got Commander's Horn. What a strange deck. I think we would have came out on top here if not for the amazing Igni. The fact that he moved that card, crazy, dude, crazy. And you can't even call that really a misplay from my end. I don't think, anyway. I had no way to know. That's what you love about Gwent, right? You can plan for everything, and then you're wrong. And you learn, you know? You plan a little better in the future. You grow, you adapt. You fight a level 50 Radovid. Saboteur in Cave. Sure. Let's do it. Alright, so we don't want the Vico. We got the Pikeman gun. Oh, we don't want Roach. Alright, so I doubt he's running Weather, but I'm happy to have that standard bearer just in case. Oh, I didn't even think about it before, but the Guardian is a strong Bonheart play as well. Shows our hand maybe a little too much, but You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes for points.
Elves must die!
Elves must die. So I'm gonna chuck the pikeman out right now. If he wants to lock him, now's the time, buddy. Make it as rough as possible on him if he wants that lock.
I told you so, you idiot.
Yeah, he's not gonna do it this turn. So we'll at least get the other one out, and if he locks both next turn, then they're still alive with 2 HP each, given the armor. So I'm fine with that. And then I'll just unlock with Ox, to be honest. I'm going to chuck this one out, and I'm going to buff him, just so he survives a little more heartily. Will not be surprised if he plays Radovid Lock, but again, we got Ox. That's a big tempo play, my dude.
Yes.
Is it big enough, though? Let's go ahead and hit that guy. And get buffed up here. So we're behind by 9 points. If he passes, that's fine. We will go down 1 card for the win. If he keeps going, that's also fine. Iris is very interesting. Iris through marching orders is very interesting as well. It's buffed up to 5, so he can't even kill her like that. We're gonna go ahead, play the standard bearer. We're gonna buff her up a whole bunch to make her a nearly impossible target. 10 points is a lot harder for him to remove. I doubt he's rocking Scorch. He could be, but I doubt it. Yeah, there's pretty much no way he's rocking Scorch, or at least not in this round, because he wants to get a bunch of big units from Iris, right? He's not expecting Iris to be a 10-point body to have to kill. That's a lot tougher. It's funny though, the Radovid lock versus the Ox lock. If I want to lock her, I have to do it prematurely, basically, but it won't ultimately matter.
Best give up now.
No, I guess I wouldn't, because I'd want him to lock her. If he killed Iris with Radovid, that would not be great for him. Let's play Calviet. Let's see what we got coming. Let's see what we got coming. Rainfire and Joaquin. That's great. So we'll draw both of those, mulligan him away, come what may. And we will draw the Arbalist here. And who are we going to hit for 5? I think you hit this guy for 5. For 3. Do I not have an officer? Oh, Leo's not an officer. Right. I always assume gold equals officer, besides in the case of Witchers, but of course, that's just not the case. Will not be surprised if he chucks out a Commander's Horn from good old John Natalis, but that's not what he's doing. He's got marching orders, or reinforcement rather. Got that Stennis. Interesting. I'm going to pop the Guardian out right now. It puts me up by a single point is largely the reason. It means I can't reveal him with Leo, but I'm okay with that. Now Radovid wants to lock him and probably the standard bearer. And that's fine. So I'll unlock him with Ox. Or will I? It's a great question. I think I will.
There is no escape.
I think I will. We're even on cards. If he wants to pass, more power to him. Bothers me not. He does not have another lock. He would have used it earlier if he did. on the standard bearer here, the Nausicaa boy or the Nilfgaardian boy. Interesting going for Iris there. Very interesting. Alright, so 7 plus the soldier. This should be fine and dandy here with Roach, yeah. Do 7 right there. And then we will buff Iris back up. And we're down ever so slightly. But he really wants to win this first round. He's fighting for it. So I do this. I will draw Rain Farm. I don't know if I want to do that. But maybe I do. Then you get Rainfront, you play him. Yeah, let's go for broke here. Let's do it up. I don't want to buff Iris too much. Probably start buffing the middle row soon. What did I make a copy of? Hopefully it's not a heavy cav. It's definitely not a heavy cav. Okay. Let's go ahead. Chuck him out here. Put him there. Ooh, and we get the standard bearer for good old Nilfgaard. So that puts us ahead ever so slightly. Still got that Magni division. We still got Lambert in hand. Hailstorm is a rough one. Hailstorm is always a rough one. We know what we're getting if we play Magni division. That'll be 7. Gives him 9, which is rough. So it's a -2 point play, but it's a +4 point play because of these guys. And we get to draw another card. Makes the Guardian play weaker though. But I think that's what you do. Summoning Circle is very interesting. So we're 7 points away. He could end it right now, or he's just going to play one of the Redanian Knights, which is fine and dandy. We don't want a Summoning Circle that. Tricky. So Lambert on the Blue Stripes Commando would be a 5, 9, 13 would be a 20-point play. And we're down by 13 right now. I think you do. If he comes out in the clutch and wins this round, that is going to be unfortunate. But whatever he plays, I can copy it, unless it's not silver or bronze. If it's not, then I get 9 points. Commander's Horn. Oh my. I can't fight Commander's Horn because I would play this. Get that. It'd be 7 points. Puts you up to 106. And then since it's not technically played from hand, we don't go up to 110. And even if we did, it would not be enough. So that's the round. That's unfortunate. I really, truly did not expect him to have Commander's Horn, given the John Natalis play earlier on. He bamboozled me. Well done, sir. Alright, Iris's bomb will go off on precisely nothing, which is the best thing for it to go off on, in my humble opinion. I am going to get rid of the Arbalist here. Peter's invaluable. Summoning Circle, also invaluable. Not surprised at the dry pass. Kinda why I kept the Arbalist. It'll do more for us than the Standard Bearer, if we draw him again anyway. Standard Bearer would have been better in a longer round. It really just depended how things went. He dry passed though, So it all comes down to this. He's going to have Shaney in hand. He's going to get Stennis. This is not terrible. It's not 10 out of 10, but it's not terrible. Have we played all of our golds? No, Kyre was still in there. We should have mulliganed to try and get Kyre, but that's okay. So you play the Nilfgaardian Knight. You hope it doesn't show Summoning Circle, but of course it does. He's going to play Shaney, get Stennis, then grab a Heavy Cav or something like that. Or not. It's possible he didn't draw it. He's got a big deck. He's got 30 cards in his deck. That's strange. I think just copying that might be better value. That might be exactly what he predicted, but I don't know. I can't read what's going on here, really and truly. So he goes up. He'll go down and just be weakened, which does not affect his armor. So that's a better trade. I guess it's the same either way, but can he beat 10 points? Yeah. Oh, I hate Shaney. I hate Stennis. It's so strong, dude. Gives me flashbacks of Baron Lubberkin demotion chains in the closed beta, but that's okay. We lost by 4 points. It was a darn good match. We won 2 with this deck. I think that's pretty good for kind of a weird Nilfgaard deck that nobody runs. Maybe they don't run it for a reason. Maybe there's some way to tighten up the deck list a little bit. If you got any suggestions, feel free to sound off in the comments. Hopefully you've had a good morning. I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy your coffee.